incredibly loud bloody thing. Hello, hello, good sir. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So you well, let's start things off, I suppose, in a fairly sensible manner. For those that have been living under somewhat of a gaming music related rock, do you want to introduce yourself to the good folks that are watching at the moment? Give them an idea of yourself and exactly what it is that you do, I suppose.
Oh, absolutely. I'm Raheem, also known as Mega Ran. I'm a video game influenced hip hop artist and former teacher from the Americas. I Philadelphia, but I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I like to create hip hop music that is fun, thoughtful, soulful, and an escape from reality sometimes. And that's me in a nutshell.
And that's about it. I mean, yeah, there's a fair bit more to it than that, but I'm sure we shall slowly kind of unravel it as we go along. So the first thing I really wanted to touch upon is brand new album. Well, actually, I suppose we say brand new album, but you also dropped a split album with Bag of Tricks Cat. The Emerald Knights album, which just came out. Was it yesterday, day before, something like that?
Yeah, day before.
So that's available for free download from Bandcamp at the moment.
Yes, it is. Also on SoundCloud as well. It's doing really well. People are really excited about it. I'm excited about it. It's a bit of a milestone for us. We recorded it while we were on our UK tour, and had a lot of fun putting it together. And I'm really proud of it. It came out excellent.
Yeah, I just realised. Like, I remember I downloaded it, and then I completely forgot to actually give it a spin. So that's definitely on my list. But guys, if you want to check that out, the link is there in the chat. Absolutely free to download. So what's the harm? You may as well give it a listen. But from experience of both Bag of Tricks Cat and Mega Ran's music that I've heard in the past, I can put a seal of approval on it without actually laying ears on it, so to speak. But then obviously your other album that's out at the moment as well, or sorry, not out at the moment just yet. It's out in the middle of August, September.
September. Yes.
I'm losing my marbles here. Seriously, it's been a long day. Out in the middle of September, rather, RNDM, random, which is yet another name that you go by. Tell us a little bit about your inspirations for that album. I mean, it's been a long time coming now, so there must be quite a lot of heavy stuff behind it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an album that's been maybe 2-3 years in the making. While I was working on other projects, I was still laying down skeletons and concepts for this record. I want it to truly be one of those defining work moments. I feel like a lot of people know me for, say, Forever Famicom, which was 2010, Black Materia, which was after that, and I feel like this, and then Language Arts in 2012, and I feel like this one will be right up there, and because it's me combining all the things I love into one project instead of making it a separate album. Usually when I do video game inspired stuff, it's usually a very strict concept record where I only refer to one game or one moment in my life. But this one is really spanning the entire career, and as well as the past, where it's been it's about the past 7 years of me making music, all into a 17-track album, and it's got some of the best production and mixing and sound design that's out there. These are super professional guys who were able to or willing to get down and collaborate with me. So I'm really proud of that. Storyville did the mixing on the entire record, who's an amazing sound engineer. And so it's all about a journey. It really is. It's a journey through the past 7 years, through Mega Ran, through video games, through real life, through relationships, and just trying to move forward and find yourself throughout all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that comes through quite well. There's
Thanks.
certainly kind of almost a journey going through the whole album, which I kind of have the luxury of listening to a little bit early, but there we go. And I must confess, it has been on more or less constantly since I got it through. So well,
thank you so much.
That's something. So, you know, you were saying normally when you have anything sort of gaming related, you focus around one game. So, you know, you've got your Mega Man stuff, your Final Fantasy stuff. You know, you tend to keep quite focused down. So, what games kind of influenced you on this particular album? Was there a wide range, or was it just kind of like a hive mind of all gaming history in on one? How did that process run?
Pretty much, it wasn't as much a particular game, but just the process of playing games, and particularly role-playing games, and how you grind to level up, and then, you know, the quest becomes a little easier after you've grinded quite a bit. And I think that's the main inspiration for this record. It's the result of me grinding for 7 years in this case, you know, cutting my teeth, you know, fighting the smaller enemies, and now slaying the dragon. And I'm kind of in like the new game plus stage, you know, where I feel like I'm starting over, but you know, there's new enemies, there's new distractions, new challenges, you know, but it's a game that I've seen so many times. So I think it's, in general, the role-playing game process is what inspired this record. Awesome.
And then, you know, going off of the new game plus kind of concept, what would you say are some of the things that you've kind of took with you from your previous run through, if you will, and brought into like the new album and like the new start, if you will?
Oh man, I've just learned so much about patience and, you know, just timing. And as a guy who knows a little bit about, I guess, going viral, or what I like to call fleeting internet popularity, you know, just realizing that things are about timing, and that stuff shouldn't ever be the goal, because that stuff goes away almost as quickly as it comes. So it should be, I think the goal should be creating music for yourself, and just creating content for yourself that you enjoy, and then hoping that the rest will come together. You know, if you continue to be consistent, persistent, and do what you love, I think what's supposed to happen will happen. And I think reaching out for that quick buck, so to speak, or the quick downloads, or the quick anything, is never the way. And I learned a lot about that, and I feel like I, in the past, maybe created music that I liked, but I feel like everyone else loved, and therefore I wanted to get to something that I love, and I was afraid that creating something that I loved would just make people, maybe they like it, maybe they're okay with it, you know. I was afraid of that, and so I was like, okay, you want a Mega Man album? I'll do a Mega Man album. All right, you want Zelda? Okay, I'll do some Zelda, you know. And instead of going with my gut, and I feel like it kind of boxed me in and pigeonholed me a little bit, and I feel like this is the breakout of the box, so to speak, and just working myself into creating something new that will stand on its own and continue to, you know, just to be amazing, and hopefully will create my own mythology, my own universe from it. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a great sort of ethos to have, really, across any real passion of anyone's. I mean, you know, we've got a few people in the chat that are live streamers, and it's much the same thing. You know, you can do what you know would like that people would like to see, but unless what you're doing is what you truly love, your passion doesn't come across. And if that passion isn't coming across as strongly, then it's not quite as engaging for the end, like your viewer or your listener, or, you know, whoever it may be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of the things that I think that kind of really shows from the passion side of things is you work incredibly hard on the touring. Like whenever I dare to look at any of your social media channels, or pretty much anything anywhere, there's another gig and another gig and another gig and another gig, and you're on tour for like months and months and months at a time. I mean, how are you handling that? I mean, that's just an incredible workload. I mean, it's not just, you know, you're doing you know, a bunch of gigs in the same state. You're pinging back and forth across the entire country, traveling abroad. Like, you know, how does that weigh upon you?
That's why I just had a friend ask me this last night while we were watching SummerSlam, and he's just like, "So, you know, how do you deal with all this traveling?" And I felt like, you know, to me it's just work, but except instead of it being a job I hate, a job I love. You know, so traveling is a small part of it. You know, just getting on an airplane and going for a couple of hours and sleeping, and then going to a place and playing songs that you really like for people who really enjoy them, and then I think that it's just easy. So I feel like I love what I do, and that energizes me. And I think that the creative side of it continues to boost that as well. You know, where as long as I'm being creative and enjoying what I'm putting out, that energizes me to continue to go on. You know.
Yeah, I get that. I'm with you on that. And I suppose the other part of that as well is, are you starting to get bored of Avalanche yet? Because, you know,
no way.
No?
I love that song. I love it, and people love it. And I think when I would get bored of it if I did it and people didn't go, hey, hey, then I'd be like, all right, I'm done now. But as long as people get into it and go, hey, that just powers me up. You know, I just got this new thing now that I do where, you know, once it hits, it gets me excited when the people are going. So I start jumping up and down and getting really into it, you know. So I think I love it, you know. And so as long as the people are into it, I'm just like crazy about it.
Fantastic. And I think what we're going to do here, I'm just going to give Avalanche a quick play on the channel, just so people can kind of get an idea of somewhat earlier in the life of Mega Ran, random, any other name that you care to throw out there. I can't help but take the piss. There's just so many names.
It's just Mega Ran. I know it's been a couple, but as of 2015, it's just Mega Ran. That's it.
Okay, right. I've got my orders. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna throw up Avalanche for you guys to have a listen to. You know, let me know what you guys think in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this a bit later on YouTube. And yeah, let me know what you think. So let me know if you're, well, as some people in the audience are at the moment, learning how to spell Avalanche. Apparently that's the only way they know. So yeah, let's get this going. Also, let's get it a bit louder.
A company called Shinra. I don't know exactly what they answer, but they want to get control of their live stream, and I just can't let that continue. They don't care who they hurt, who they injure, want to turn the whole planet against us. So it's simple, you join the resistance or you wind up going against us. My name is Barrett Wallace, and I'm known for paralyzing, pulverizing punks into submission. I ain't fantasizing. Wish this world wasn't violent. It'll get worse if we allow it. Hot head with a cannon for an arm and a mind with nothing but revenge inside it. I represent Avalanche, man, these chumps don't have a chance. Watch them scatter, man, we never barracks, laying the battle plans. Our people beside me, team for provide me with a better voice of reason. Got big, got wedge, and just see anybody in my way, I'm squeezing. Get behind me, I'm leading, but bomb in the region, it's gotta be the highest treason. But we came too far to back down, I'm not leaving till we even. Bring it to whoever wanted, you can get it quick. Got the president of Shin, but throwing fits. It's our world, they can't get control of it. Ain't nobody hopping on the train till it's over with. Insurgents, not a bit nervous. Encouraged, got a bit further to go by any means. Getting rid of our enemies. AVALANCHE, yeah, that's who we be. Insurgents, not a bit nervous. No lip service, got a bit further to go. Do what I gotta, kid.
I want to really like half the video.
Alrighty, okay, so let me get rid of that there and we'll get back to it.
Yeah, man. Anyway, but yeah.
And I believe Megaran just got a quick call there, so we'll just bear with him for 2 seconds.
Finished up tonight on green screen.
Are you back with us?
You might have to. Yo.
Okay, so he's just got caught up on a quick call there. Understandably, fairly busy man, so bear with us for 2 seconds there.
Interesting. Yes, you have it.
We all good, sir?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So, yeah, just gave Avalanche a run through there for the folks at home, just to give them a kind of an idea of some of the history there, and also because it's a bit of a personal favourite. It's certainly how I discovered your music in the first place, so it makes sense.
I don't know if you're familiar with the VGCW, Video Game Championship Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently that song got really big in there, and that might have a lot to do with how people even heard of it. And now, so when I go to, because they have Barrett Wallace as a character in their wrestling federation, and so his music, his entrance is Avalanche, and
nice.
And so a lot of people are really excited about this character for some reason, but he's not very good. He loses a lot, so he's they call it jobber, and so the way I found that out is because I was on my YouTube looking at the comments, and all the comments were like, just usually there's the average comment is a bunch of people saying hey, just like hey, hey, and then there's a bunch of comments like, hey, Barrett's my favorite jobber and this and that, and it started, and I was like, what are they talking about? And then I found out about VGCW, which is amazing. So if any of your listeners aren't familiar, if you're into games and wrestling even a little bit, it's just amazing. They go through these really intricate storylines using one of the WWE games, and they create these really good likenesses of the characters, and it's so interesting. So yeah, I would definitely recommend people checking that out.
There you go, top recommendation there. And whilst we're on the subject, I mean, you know, SummerSlam has only just gone. Close your ears if you're worried about spoilers, folks that are listening. What did you reckon of last night whilst we're here? We've got to discuss it, come on.
Yeah, man, we got to discuss it. That, I don't know, man. After watching NXT the night before, I was on a high, and SummerSlam did not deliver on that level to me. And maybe, I don't know if it was just maybe better wrestling, or maybe it was just a better crowd, or just more at stake, so those guys played a little harder, you know. I don't really know, but I definitely felt like, you know, the big matches were okay. You know, they were B, C matches. There was no five-star match on that card, and I felt like I was expecting a couple. And yeah, overall I'd give it a C. You know, I think it was all right. That ending with Undertaker, it was weird. Because I think they want to play it up for another rematch.
Probably.
But that doesn't need to happen. Like, I don't need to see Undertaker again in that, you know, in this condition.
I don't think I really needed to see it twice, let alone a third time. You know, like, it just felt a bit tired, and yeah, I don't know. I will say though, Seth Rollins kind of pulled it out a little for me. It's probably the most interesting he's been since like Shield days. I kind of give him kudos for that. That was pretty decent.
Yeah, that was my favorite moment, I think.
Yeah, some decent spots there. But anyway, it's so easy to get wrapped up in it. I only finished watching it today because it was on so late UK time. I was like, no, it's definitely one to watch while I'm at work. So, moving on. One of the things that we really should highlight on, because you know, we're primarily based in the UK, and I'd like to think the majority of the folks that follow us and are involved with us tend to be UK based. There's some people still out in the States as well, but you know, there's a lot of us in the UK. So you're going to be back over here for a spell in the UK. So Do you know off the top of your head where you're going to be, or is there too many dates to possibly remember?
I don't fully remember, but I'll give you what I know, and then I'm going to cheat for the rest. But I'll be out there. Officially, I get into town, or somewhat into town, on September the 9th, but I'll be just passing through really quickly and just hanging out for a moment. But then September 10th will be at Surya, one of my favorite places out there in London. That's always a good time. September 11th and 12th, I'll be in Manchester at the zoo for Superbite Festival, which is the main reason I'm even out there. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. And so that's like a 2 or 3 day event with all the top chiptune guys from literally all over the world. And it's pretty honored to be a part of that. So that's going to be great. Then I have a few days off, and then September 15th, I'll be in Birmingham at the Rainbow with a gentleman by the name of B. Dolan, who's awesome hip-hop artist from the U.S., who's touring to support his album, and I'll also be touring to support mine. That's the official release date that I'll be out there on, which is the 15th, and I'll be playing in Birmingham. So we'll celebrate a little bit that night. The 16th, I'll be back in Manchester at the Deaf Institute with B. Dolan. And on the 17th, I'll be in Preston for the first time ever at a place called The Ferret, also with Dolan. And then after that, I will need to literally run to a plane to get back to the States for a show in Houston on the 19th.
No rest for the wicked, huh? Jeez.
Oh, no rest. And then right after that, the next WWE pay-per-view, Night of Champions, is also
on the 20th.
So on the 20th, and I'm hoping to be there. So I'm looking into tickets right now.
That's why you're so distracted. Like, just book that now. It's a credit card number. Awesome. So moving on from the past. Well, no, I suppose we'll focus a little on that and highlight one moment from your history that's probably one of the certainly cooler moments, and that's the tale around you originally working with some Mega Ran different bits and pieces, and then getting a phone call from a certain fairly large company.
Oh yeah. And, I tell this story on stage, and it's a little bit over dramatized, but it's still a pretty crazy story. So I created an album called Mega Ran in 2007, and I put it on the internet. And I was afraid of legal stuff happening with this. I was definitely afraid of that. So what I did was I created a separate page, and this was back when this thing called MySpace was the bee's knees. It was happening back then. And so when I did that, after a couple of days of it getting popular, it popped up on a couple big websites, and then it wound up on IGN. And then I got an email that same day, and it was from Capcom. Now, the email was from a gentleman there who said, "Hey, we heard that you are made a Mega Man tribute album, And I was like, yeah, I did. It was a tribute." And they're like, "Yeah, so don't worry, this is not a cease and desist." That was like the first thing they said. They were like, "We actually think it's pretty cool. We don't want to sue you. We actually just want to tell people about this. So can we do an interview with you?" And I'm like, "What? Of course you can." So I interview on their website, and then a month later, Comic-Con was happening in San Diego, and they're like, "Well, we're going to be at Comic-Con. We have a table and the huge area. Would you like to sit at our booth and maybe sign some autographs? Because we have a lot of friends that are interested in what you're doing." And I'm like, "Really? Okay." So I sat down, and yeah, it was cool, and I had a really, really good time. And ever since then, man, I've been a friend of Capcom. But it wasn't until later on after that where I got an email, and they were like, "So we want to use your music in a movie, and without a license from Capcom, we can't put your music in this movie." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. So what's that?" And they're like, "So that means we're going to have to we're going to have to get a licensor. And I'm like, all right, I don't know what a license is, but basically means permission to do what you want to do. So since then, I've been the first rapper officially licensed by Capcom, which is pretty amazing, and that's led to some really cool opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the other things as well that you've previously done and will be doing is having your music in games as well. So previously it was Monaco, I believe. You had a track in, right?
I did. We did some stuff with Monaco, and that all started from kind of the same way. I did a remix project of Journey, and I put it out just over a weekend, just kind of messing around with the beats and remixing them into hip-hop tunes. And then Austin Wintory, the composer, got a hold of it on Twitter and contacted me and said, this is really cool. And I'm like, thanks. And then he asked me about doing something for his next game, which is Monaco. And so yes, I have a track on the Monaco track, Stick'em, which came out pretty cool. And so yeah, that was probably my first game thing officially. And then after that, lately, the Mighty Number 9 thing came around, which has been a really huge opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So how is that progressing? Is that what you were in the studio for earlier? Are you allowed to talk about things?
No, I don't know anything about the progress of Mighty Number 9.
I mean your soundtrack side. Like, how are you doing with that?
Oh man, I don't know. All I remember is that, well, I mean, I finished the track and they liked it, and I was really excited about that. But I haven't heard, and they messaged me and they said, and it makes sense that the soundtrack was supposed to be connected to my album release, but they had a good point. They said we don't want to give away the tunes of the game so soon before the game comes out, which makes sense. But now my song's already out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll at least hear the final song, but they won't necessarily hear the whole soundtrack yet. When it is ready, probably first quarter of next year, I'll be there, and it'll be given out to the people who pre-ordered my album. So yeah, if you're just patient on that, it'll all work out.
And is there still time to pre-order and get that soundtrack at the same time, or is that elapsed now?
No, there's still time actually. As long as before the 999 number is up, and we have not hit the 999 yet. So there is still time. You can go to megarammusic.com, and if you pre-order the new album, Random, then you will get a digital copy of the Mighty Number 9 soundtrack on the day that it's available. Probably a little bit sooner, actually.
And most importantly, as the last sort of bonus track on the Random album as well, you do have that song of yours on there as well, so you can kind of get listening to it from the get-go as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll have an early listen at the track Mighty, which we created as myself, K Murdoch, Storyville, Danimal Cannon. There was just so much collaboration that went down on that track, and it came out really cool. And that was the opportunity of a lifetime. I mean, to get that phone call, I was actually out on the road, which shouldn't really surprise you because I'm always on the road. But
what a surprise! Allow me to sit. Oh, it's lucky I am already sitting down.
But yeah, I was already on the road, and I got a call, and they were like, "Well, we need this song." And they did to me what always happens, is that people, the whole hurry up and wait game is a big part of this industry, is what I've noticed, is that people will ask you, for something, and they will immediately tell you it's a rush, and then once you rush to get it done, it'll be a year before, before it comes out, So, that's kind of the business. And I've realized that. So, of course, they did what I thought they would do. They rushed me. They were like, we need this in about 4 days. Can you do this for me? And I'm like, what, 4 days? That's ridiculous. And I was already out. And I was just like, I don't know if I can do that. But I did. K Murdoch was home, luckily. And so what I did was I called K Murdoch and asked him to start working on the track beforehand. So once he finished the track beforehand, all I had to do was write. And so I wrote on the road, and then once we were home, I got Danimal to put some guitar down on it, and we did it. We somehow did it.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, I suppose it came out all right. No, it's an absolutely cracking track as well. So yeah, definitely one to look forward to on the album as well. Yeah, so another thing that I suppose I wanted to highlight as well is you are massive on collaboration. I mean, any given week there seems to be like another project with someone else. And have you found that they're just people that you've kind of met up with on the road, and you know you've just kind of got that synergy together, and you've kind of got that right vibe to work together? I mean, there are so many different people that you've worked together with, and again on your new on your new album, again much the same. So, you know, how have you kind of fallen into that? Is it just something that you felt has worked naturally, or have you kind of sought, you know, these individuals because you've really liked their sound?
Oh, absolutely. It comes down to kind of both, but mostly when I find an artist who's good, and and we vibe, we click creatively. Usually the first talk is we got to connect, we got to do some music together, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, and it's all in timing. And you think I do a lot of collaborations, there's a lot that I actually don't do, and a lot that I pass on. So
yeah,
there's actually a lot for all the ones I do. There's a whole lot that I don't, and it's just a matter of the vibe working correctly, and being with someone or working with someone who has the work ethic that's similar to mine, and that's usually how it works. And I enjoy it a lot, though. I do. I feel like it comes from when I first started making music. I was never super confident in my ability to make music, and I never really thought anybody would like the music that I made. But I rapped with a bunch of other friends who I thought they were all so much better than me, and I was just like, man, these guys are amazing. So the only way I can get good is to keep practicing, and get better and better. And so I would record so much music, and it was only because I wanted to get as good as these guys, and I just wanted to keep practicing. And they were like, man, you got so much music, maybe, to break it up, you should work with other people. And I was just like, sure. And I would work with other people because getting another person on your song just motivated me to work even harder. It's like, oh man, I can't make this person look bad, or make myself look bad in front of this other person. So it would make me just go a lot harder and try to do a lot better. So collaborations inspire me to get better and to improve. And I think that's, to me, the best way to get better is working with other people. I think it just comes down to collaboration being good, because I think that it came from a lot of the same things I did when I was a teacher. I did a lot of collaborating and working with other teachers, because you see what works in their classroom, which might not work in yours, but it just might, so it gives you some ideas and another approach. And I think that collaborating is probably the best way to improve for kind of tactile learners like myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose the $1 million question, right, is given the choice, given the freedom to reach out to anyone, they'll say yes. Who would you absolutely love to work with and collab with?
Oh man. Well, the top of the list would be Daft Punk, no doubt.
Yeah.
Daft Punk is like that's the holy grail of my collaboration list. There's so many more. I mean, Anamanaguchi, MF Doom is an amazing rapper. CeeLo Green, I love his style. He's so quirky. I think we could make something fun together. Man, that's definitely my list right there. That's the majority of it is. And of course the man, the myth, the legend, Weird Al.
Of course. And he gets name dropped as well in one of your new tracks, of course.
He does, because that's how you know you're a success, when Weird Al parodies your song.
Right, absolutely. Like, yeah, you know you've made it then. Especially with his recent album as well. That was so good. Like some of those covers, those parodies were just so like bang on the mark as well. So yeah, that's definitely a level of making it for sure. So I suppose the most sensible thing that we can really do at this juncture is to take a listen to one of the tracks off of the new album to give people a taste of what's to come. Top question is, will you be playing Infinite Lives on tour?
Oh, of course.
Good.
I'm working on a special. Yeah, I'm working on something special for that. Actually, today I've been in the studio working on some things, and I've been working on a special performance for that to just that I'll be showing off in the UK. So be on the lookout for that.
All right, fantastic. So okay, let's give that a play for you, lovely folks here. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It's been floating around for a little while now. It was one of the, well, no, it was the first one to be kind of released from the album and made available. So, well, I've been listening to it, for a year? That long?
It's been almost a year, yeah.
Wow, jeez. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy us, and I will, well, yeah, I shall leave you to enjoy it. All right, here we go.
You know we all die,
This is fun.
but the goal isn't to live forever, but to create something that will.
2, 3,
Here we go.
infinite lives. We got infinite lives. Never say never. We're gonna live forever. Infinite lives. We got infinite lives. Never say never. We're gonna live forever.
Yo, heard you only live once. Well, I'ma disagree, cause you can live forever and forever doesn't cease. Live through your creations and the people that you teach. So I live through my music eternally through the beats. First email says I'm digging that verse. The next 4 emails I'm missing that merch. You can't take it with you, and so I never intended to. For my last interview, this is the gift I'm sending you.
Never gonna die. No, we're never gonna die. You can hear my words in this song. It'll play on after I'm gone. Never gonna die. No, we're never gonna die. You can hear my words in this song. It'll play on after I'm gone.
Heard you only live once, that's cool I suppose, but you can live forever through the songs you compose. Experiences you share, the highs and the lows. Experimentation with the flows, cause God knows she learned more about life from Pac's works than she ever could have gotten in church. Is that wrong? Living for that song, learning from that lyric and steering others from wrong. We living off love, never needing a meal. Full from the enlightenment and warmth that we feel, yeah. Overflow of emotion from chilling, chasing the girls to floating over the ocean and maybe changing the world. First 2 emails like, hey, that's tight. Next few emails, you changed my life. Even if I inspire and people call it untimely, all you gotta do is rewind me, cause I've got
Infinite lives. We got infinite lives. Never say never. We're gonna live forever. Infinite lives. We got infinite lives. Never say never. We're gonna live forever.
They said you only live once, well I beg to differ, cause you can live forever through the feelings you deliver. From the first raindrop to the rush of a mighty river, I give you the bigger picture, split you and leave a fissure, open and full of hope and it's smoldering like a coaching. Proceeding with caution will never free your garden pardon. Everybody who doubted and left my memory clouded, I decided instead of complaining I'd do something about it. Forever's not a time, it's a place or a state of mind. No, they never gave me mine, I elected to stay behind. There's deeds I need done, pages I haven't filled, places I haven't been to, mistakes I haven't killed, lives I haven't touched, and words I need to say. Tell me who needs forever when our forever's today. If I die, it's right on time, it's meant to be this way. Now tell me who needs forever, our forever's today. Come on.
Infinite lives. We got infinite lives. Never say never. We're gonna live forever. Infinite lives. We got infinite lives. Never say never. We're gonna live forever. Never gonna die. No, we're never gonna die. You can hear my words in this song.
Too good, too good.
DJ 213
yeah, I must confess to a certain level of miming the words behind the video. Yes, I'm a child at heart. So one of the things as well that I had almost forgotten about is how cool is that video? Like, how much work did that take to get that done? I mean, some of the animation work in that is like really, really solid.
Oh man, it took forever. That video has been worked on literally for over a year.
Wow.
And that's why the song had to make the cut. It was released so early, and it was still a popular song that we started shooting a video for in Boston. And if you notice, my hairstyle changes throughout the video.
Yeah, that's all part of the special effects, right?
Yeah,
Explain it away,
special effects. They green screened and my hair, you know. But you know, so I think we may need to edit my 8-bit character and, you know, add some dreadlocks to him or something. But yeah, it was because of a number of changes we added to it, and plus, you know, waiting on the animation stuff, that, you know, in that time my hair grew a whole lot, and that wound up changing the complexion of the video, and I was okay. Well, at first I was really upset because I didn't want that to be the case. I didn't want it to be that, you know, different, you know, for both of them. Like, I didn't want that because I thought people would pick that out and note that as like a flaw of the video, and so I didn't want that. But I later got used to it. I was like, you know, this isn't so bad. You know, it's not bad, and it just shows a level of growth, you know, from going from no hair to a whole lot of hair, you know.
It's a metaphor for your career as a musician, right?
There you go. There you go.
Or some kind of power up. There's a million ways you can play this off. You know, pick one.
Oh, totally.
So yeah, absolutely awesome. And again, I suppose like one of the things that immediately springs to mind is there's quite a lot of sort of Sega vibe in the video, like quite a lot of sort of definitely not Sonic's, but something that rhymes with Sonic references in there. So, you know, going back to like your individual gaming projects, is there any game out there where you're like, oh man, I'd really love to you know, have a project or a tribute album or something like that around that game, but I just haven't got around to it, or, you know, I don't feel I've got the right you know, lyrics or beats together for it yet? Is there any of those kind of sticking in the back of the mind?
There's some, you know, Mega Man X has been one that's eluded me for a while. I just haven't heard the right remix style to it, you know. It's very, very hard rock kind of power stuff, and it doesn't necessarily flow with what I would like to do with it. My stuff's more mellow, mid-tempo, and I feel like it wouldn't necessarily do Mega Man X justice. So if I ever get to production or work with someone that can pull together that production style, then I'll do it. But other than that, I don't know if I can ever touch it. So yeah, that will always be one that will be in the back of my head.
That's it, just like humming small tunes on your way to one place to another, just in the hopes that something falls into place, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And another thing, again, that I should probably mention as well, you had a DVD come out, probably heading on to about a year ago-ish, Megalomania, the documentary.
Yes. Good news on that, and anybody that's back to Kickstarter will be happy to know, because I just got those things uploaded, and I just got the final DVD copy in my hand of the director's cut that we've been working on, and so that's going to be going out to Kickstarter backers this week, and hopefully I will have some for the road. I'm pretty sure I'll have some for the UK trip, but I'm really excited because it came out really well. Like the director's cut is awesome. Got so much bonus footage on there, like full live sets and things like that people can enjoy. I did something pretty crazy just as an exclusive for the DVD. Is I did a full set with GoPro attached to my microphone, and so you can get a set through a very unique angle by getting the GoPro on the mic, so you get to see what I see a little bit and what the microphone would see if it had eyes. And, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think you'll enjoy it. So yeah, that will be up on my website soon. But Kickstarter backers first, so that will go out to those guys in the next week or so. And so yeah, I will be officially caught up on my Kickstarter completely, just from November. And I know that people have this crazy stories about Kickstarters holding people back and things like that, and taking a long time to get done. This stuff's easier said than done, a lot easier. And it's
sure.
very difficult to, especially when you're not the only one in control of it. So with me creating an album, that's stuff I do. But movies, DVD, I have nothing to do with that. I don't know how to do that. So I don't film it. I don't burn it to disc. I don't do any of that. So when you start putting more jobs into more people's hands, it just increases the chances of delays. And so luckily, most of my backers have been, or all of them rather, have been very understanding. And but yeah, we are in less than a year wrapping up the entire project. So I'm glad that's happening now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that tends to happen with Kickstarter. So I mean, it's I can think of one off the top of my head. I backed it a couple of years ago and still waiting on the final product. But at the same time, you've got that much passion and belief in the product that it's like, it takes as long as it takes. Really cool, actually. It's a triple triad style MMO game, which I was just like sold. That's me done. Like, I'm yes, take all my money. Really cool guys. Had him on for an interview a while ago. Eminence name of the game. Keep an eye out for it. Should be good.
Okay.
But for those that are not aware of the documentary previously, kind of give people a rough summation of what to expect if they decide to go and grab a look at it.
Well, it started off as an hour-long, or actually it's under an hour, but a look into the process of me preparing to play a show with a live band, and then it grew into me taking an entire tour, or a weekend tour with a live band, and what goes into creating and preparing for that. And so from then on, it just exploded into just, why not just tell the whole story of Mega Ran, and try to get into it as much as we could as far as background information, things like that. So we did all that, and it came out to, it's pretty cool. It's now over an hour long, and it's from start to at least last year. So it's the first couple times I played with a live band. It shows our PAX performance on main stage, and a lot of other things. And PAX is probably one of the biggest shows that I've done up until that point, and it was a pretty epic moment. And so to be able to share that with people has been awesome. And the behind the scenes stuff, like how sometimes things go right and sometimes things go wrong, and being able to talk about the things that go wrong and why and things like that were good too. So you're gonna get to see all the insider information,
The blood and guts of it.
all the blood and guts. Yeah, there you go.
And wasn't the documentary nominated for an award at a film festival of some description? That seems to ring a bell for me.
It was just invited to be played at a film festival. Its first one. We've just started sending out to film festivals to check out, but our first one has gotten back to us. It's one in Sacramento, California, that we're really excited about. So it will be playing at its first festival this fall.
Fantastic. So hopefully getting some good reception from that as well, and a bit of extra exposure. Should be good times. So what is next for Mega Ran, or yourself, Raheem, I suppose? Is one and the same. What do you see in the future? I mean, obviously you've got the touring. Obviously you've for those that are unaware, you've got a honeymoon to plan and get put into place just after the current tour. But yes. And congratulations on that as well. Tell the story of quite how you surprised your young lady.
Oh man, well, what I did was I decided to do it the best way I knew how, which was on stage in the middle of a freestyle. So I decided to invite her to MagFest, to one of my shows, which is a huge show in Washington D.C. And then to call her on stage in the middle of the freestyle, and then to then include her in that, and then pull out a ring during the rap, and then get on one knee and give the old heave ho, or the old try, and I did, and she said yes, and here we are.
Yeah,
Are now planning a family, and it's pretty awesome, man. It really is. So, yeah, we're getting married in November, which will cap off a huge year for me. It's in achievements in traveling and putting out this new record, and then the marriage, and then I'll rest a little bit, and then we'll try to top it next year.
For sure. So once all of that personal stuff is out of the way, that sounds a horrible way of putting it, actually, but once you've had your chance to relax and kind of enjoy yourself a little, do you have any sort of inklings of plans for the following year, or is that all kind of in the hands of the gods at the moment?
No way. Yeah, that's all up in the air at the moment. I can't even think about what I'm doing next week, let alone next year. I have not thought of anything. I think, I really think, and I guess a lot of it depends on what this record does. And I think that this record will do some great things. Super confident. And then I just have to wait and see, I think it'll do great, and I think it'll keep me going for quite a while. And so I will ride that ship for, as long as I can.
Absolutely. And speaking of like the album doing well, I mean, just based off of Bandcamp alone, I mean, I saw that you put up a couple of days ago. You've got the Emerald Nights album sitting at 3rd on the hip hop chart, and then the Random album at number 5. I mean, kudos for that. I mean, that's some serious.
That's pretty neat, man. I was not expecting that, man. I have to say thank you to the fans and supporters, man. That was unexpected for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're almost rubbing shoulders with Method Man. I mean, that's that's almost surreal. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, that's an honor. It's cool. It puts things in perspective. That was kind of how what kind of powered me to quit my job in the first place and to do music full time was when Black Materia came out, and it was on the charts next to like Kanye West and like Lil Wayne and some other people, and I'm just like, man, none of these people have a second job to go to. This is their main job. So maybe I'm a professional rapper now, and that's what influenced me to go and make that leap, was seeing that I could hang with those guys,
And actually, this is possibly an interesting point of discussion here as well. It'd be interesting to get your opinion on the different services that are available for like distributing your music. I mean, do you notice a real difference from working with something like Bandcamp, which, from my recollection, certainly gives more to the artist than other companies such as like iTunes and Spotify? Do you feel kind of more of a swaying towards one or the other, or do you just kind of feel that they're a great way to get your content out to as many people as possible? I mean, where does that sit with you?
Yeah, I feel like I used to complain. I used to just be like, well, I only like Bandcamp because Bandcamp treats artists better than anybody else, and it is true. But however, you can't be closed-minded, close yourself off to a store that the rest of the world shops at.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the world gets their music from iTunes, and then so it would be foolish to not allow music. Or I'm okay with it. I feel like iTunes is what lets me know though that you're on the big stage,
right.
Because everyone else is there. So and who wouldn't be curious to see how their music does against all the big guys, Bandcamp seems to be mostly for indie artists, but I do see major artists, stepping into that arena now that they kind of see how the industry works. They're realizing that, Bandcamp is legit. But I think I use them all, and I have an affinity towards Bandcamp. I do like the way they treat their artists, but I do hear some complaints from fans because they don't have a mobile app, or things like that. And so to make a purchase on Bandcamp, it won't come right to my phone, you know. So for
Right.
the lazy folks who want that immediate gratification, Bandcamp is not the best for them. However, with iTunes or Google's Play Store, I can just hit two buttons and now the music's on my phone, you know.
True.
And so yeah, it's good to have both options. Absolutely.
Sure. And how about Spotify? I mean, from what I understand, that's probably your least or lowest earning option, and kind of the way to kind of, I don't know, allow people to get your content for the lowest price possible, I guess, is kind of the way I view it. Like, how do you see that scene?
This is a tough one because I understand the way of the business now, and that streaming is becoming the new model. But Spotify's music, you know, their prices or what they're giving to artists really isn't much. It isn't fair. It, you know, I look at the numbers. Some of my albums do really well on Spotify, and I look at the numbers, and it's like, oh, 1 million streams, which gets you, you know, 0.07 cents per stream or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Not even a full cent. And so, you know, it makes me wonder, like, man, if they had just went and bought it, then I would feel so much better. But
Right.
it's I've had so many people tell me that, you know, 1,000 listens, you know, they might want to listen to Avalanche 1,000 times. And, you know, 1,000 listens is better than that one purchase, you know. And so I try to see the bright side of it, you know, but honestly, it's a sign of the times, just where the business is. And I'm okay with that. But again, it would be to my detriment to not have my music available there, you know, when
True.
there's millions of people who have music at, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, it's always curious to kind of get the view from the other side, because as a consumer, you know, Spotify is perfect, or almost perfect, since they released the, hey, we can track everything that you do and view all your pictures and talk to all your contacts update for the mobile app. But other than that, as a consumer,
other than that,
it feels like the perfect model. You know, you pay next to nothing for your subscription, unlimited music, happy days. But yeah, it's always interesting to get kind of the other side of the coin with it. So, you know, I don't want to keep you too long. So I suppose I kind of leave the floor open to yourself. You know, you've got loads of fantastic new music coming out, and music that is out or has just come out. You've got loads of tour preparations and plans put into place. God knows what else going on. You've got your new director's cut of the documentary. 1,000,001 other things. You know, where can people go to kind of catch up with all of the latest information, and to pick up some of the new content that you're putting out there at the moment?
Oh man. Okay, so I feel like I'm everywhere. But most likely the update is probably Facebook. So if you go to facebook.com/MegaRandMusic, or even our new Facebook, which is for our label Random Beats Music. So you'll hear about myself, K Murdoch, Sky Blue, and other things that are going on with all of us, and with the label, and with our travels and new projects. But yeah, Facebook is probably the best place to go. So facebook.com/MegaRandMusic, or facebook.com/RandomBeatsMusic. We have a new website called randombeats.io, and if you go there, you will see a coming soon thing for the album, as well as a place to pre-order it. And when you do pre-order it, you'll get snippets from the album that no one has, so you can go grab those. And Twitter, I update it a lot, but it's not always useful information. Sometimes it'll just be me live tweeting a wrestling event, so it's not necessarily something that will get you in a better place in life. But but it will give you updates on things that you may or may not care about.
I mean, if that isn't the ultimate pitch, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But no, it's been absolutely fantastic having you along with us once again. Always a pleasure to have time to chat with you. Obviously, you know, guys, if you can, come and check out this man on tour. Odds are he's probably coming somewhere near you at some point fairly soon, within the next month or so. So yeah, check out the website. Was it megaroundmusic.com? No, that's the Bandcamp, isn't it? Or is it?
Well, that's the Bandcamp link, but megaround.com or randombeast.io.
There you go.
Either one of those will get you info on the new releases.
So yeah, check out all of the dates around that. Find yourself a date that you can pop along to. One of the other things as well, from experience, the supporting acts that tend to come along with Megaran, or either on tour or for the individual gigs, are solid as hell. So it's not just, well, I say just, but you know, it's not just Megaran that you're going to be able to get to see. You're going to be able to get to see some other fantastic artists that you may not have heard of before, and give them a chance to kind of appeal to you, I suppose. So yeah, give it a check, and other than that, thank you very much for coming along, and we're actually going to play you out with another track off of the new album, which is Favourite Song. Prepare yourself. You may not want to listen because it is so infectiously catchy that you'll be singing it for most of the day. But no, I do recommend you give it a listen anyway. But yeah,
now you're gonna make people turn off the show. Like, oh well, I can't listen to that.
No, it's definitely a catchy one. So beware. But again, Raheem, thank you for dropping along to have a chat with us today. It's always massively appreciated, and hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up with you soon as a company. And I'll personally be catching you up on the 10th. Again, just to put it out there, I'll be along at the Surya gig, which is in North London near King's Cross. If you want to come along, meet up with myself and check out Megaran live, along with Hashmatics, who are absolutely awesome. They did a show with Megaran earlier in the year that absolutely smashed it. We've got Gamer Disco there, and I forget the name of the other artists because I haven't seen them before, but I'm sure they're going to be smashing as well. So yeah, thank you very much.
MC iPod,
there you go. Not come across them before, but again, you know, if they're anywhere of the caliber of the other supporting artists that have been along on tours before, yeah, it's going to be good times. So yeah, thank you very much for dropping along and seeing us once again, and yeah, we'll leave you here with favourite song to enjoy whilst we finish off the cast. Catch you later, guys.
All right, bye.
Shit, I was anti-Apple. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm ready.
SPGTV.
Yeah. My name's Megaran, and this is a new song called Your Favorite Song. Yeah, here we go. I got my game face on. Usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. That song you can't turn off, there's no escaping from. I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. I got my game face on. Usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. This song you can't turn off, there's no escaping from. I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. I could hear it in the Apple commercial, the hip stock firm for home loans, even the sick animal montage that I was struggling with it for so long. I was something that'll make you wanna reminisce, repeatable with very little lyrics in it, something that lovers can kiss in the rain to in slow-mo with angles that'll capture the human spirit. The soundtrack to the newest startup, the first song you play in your car truck, the kind that'll make royalties come when I'm hard up, broke, falling into hard luck. The contract you hear in public restrooms, the track little girls get dressed to, kind of song that'll make old people tell me I don't listen to no other rappers, just you. I got my game face on, usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. That song you can't turn off, there's no escaping from. I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. I got my game face on, usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. The song you can't turn off, there's no escaping from. I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. I wanna make the 2015 happy. Beat the rap game, Carly Rae Jepsen. Sports Center top 10 on ESPN, Saturday Night Live doing impressions. Make Starbucks wanna carry me. I make Clear Channel start adding me. Make perfect strangers wanna marry me. I make Weird Al wanna parody. I want a song that the hipsters hate. When they discuss it, they always pontificate and say it isn't as good as it indicates. But when it come on, they always participate. When the critics just diss me and instigate. When I'm in Paris chilling like this is great. If you think that your movie can handle it, do me a favor. Get at my management or me. I got my game face on. Usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. The song you can't turn off, there's no escaping from. I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. I got my game face on. Usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. This song you can't turn off, there's no escaping from. I'm on a mission to make this song your favorite song. Favorite song. Come on.
I got my game face on. Usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission. Make this song your favorite song. This song you can't turn off. There's no escaping from. I'm on a mission. Make this song your favorite song. I got my game face on. Usually I don't take this long, but I'm on a mission. Make this song your favorite song. This song you can't turn off. There's no escaping from. I'm on a mission. Make this song your favorite song. Your favorite song. Make this song your favorite song. Your favorite. Your favorite. Your favorite. Your favorite.